All right. We're good, Sam. All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our first Board of Supervisors meeting in May 6, 2025, a regular meeting. As customary, of course, we're going to start out with a moment of silence, and I have one right here. It's a sad announcement. On the evening of May 4th, our community lost the voice, heart, and founder of our radio station, Andy Weiss. We offer our sincere condolences to Andy's family and many friends. Andy guided the station's development in its earliest days when it was a pirate station to its designation as a low-powered station and then to its current status as a full-powered radio station. He was all radio working 6 to 7 days a week in the studio while also hosting his own show, Karma Cola, with Andy Weiss on KPFZ 88.1 FM. Longtime resident of Lucerne, Andy was a good neighbor and friend to the many who knew him. His radio station policies helped bridge divergent thoughts and viewpoints in a unique way with open communication and on-air discussion, also allowing local and outside entities to get essential information out to communities around the lake and beyond. Andy's fair and open management of the airwaves allowed for a wide diversity of thought, an eclectic assortment of music and talk shows, and when needed, full coverage of large-scale emergencies that provided vital health and safety information to us all. We are overcome with grief as we wrap our minds around this inconceivable. We find comfort in remembering the contributions of a man who gave his all to the radio and in so doing left an indelible mark on our communities and hearts. Planning for a memorial is underway. We will announce the particulars as soon as possible. Rest in peace, Andy Weiss. Chief Duncan, can you lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for that, Chief. All right. So next on our agenda is consideration of extra items not appearing on the posted agenda. Do we have any? Not looking like we have any. All right. Approval of the consent agenda. As you know, consent agenda items are usually non-controversial. However, at times, these items can be pulled to discuss further or correct specific things. They can be pulled from the Board of Supervisors or from someone in the chambers or on Zoom, someone from the public. Is there any to pull aside from 5.11? I know that we have to pull that, and we'll discuss that later.
Just wanted to clarify 5.9 simply because there's an attachment that doesn't open up.
So 5.9 and 5.11. Are there any others from the board? All right, I'll open it up to the public. Is there anyone from the public that would like to pull a consent agenda item? Anyone from Zoom? No hands in Zoom. All right. Bring it back to the board for action.
Mr. Chair, move to approve the consent agenda as proposed with the exception of 5.9 and 5.11.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries 5-0-0. We will take up 5.9 later and 5.11. And so next we will move on to our timed items. Our first is our 6.1, public input. As you know, public input gives the opportunity for a citizen to come up and speak about something that is not on the agenda. However, just note, anything discussed in this, in 6.1, I'm sorry, cannot be addressed by the board as it's not on the agenda, and according to the Brown Act, we have to either guide you to the department or your supervisor will meet up with you and either work with you on it or direct you to where you need to go to address your situation. Is there anyone in the chambers that would like to provide public input? You have one? Did you fill out a document? You just got to come up and fill out a document. You can do it right here. And please state your name for the record.
Michael Newdow.
Okay.
And I'm interested in purchasing the Lucerne Castle And there's an issue with regard to the hookups for the sewer. They want to charge literally about $500,000 just to hook up the sewer. I assume the sewer has been hooked up and whatever fees have needed to be paid were paid in the past. I've been speaking with, or trying to speak with Robin Boring, and she has not been responsive. She just keeps sending me things and doesn't answer my questions. She suggested I get a civil engineer, specializes in sewer. I got that. I tried to arrange for a conversation with him. He agrees that he doesn't see why this would be necessary. The regulations that she sends to me say new construction, new connections. This building's been there for 100 years. So I'd at least like to find out why I would be charged $500,000 if I purchase this. And haven't been able to get to anyone to help to speak with her. So if you guys could somehow figure out some way I could talk to somebody who could give me that answer. It's a lot of money. I think it would be worth, a couple minutes of her time or somebody's time so that I can figure out if in fact that's necessary, if there's any regulation that justifies that charge. So I don't know how to get that, but that's what I'd like. Okay.
All right, thank you. And he's in my district. I've spoke to him about this, so we'll follow up with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else? Come on up, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Cara Faye Ingram, and I'm here today to discuss Raven Shepherd, an MSW at Lake BHS, who has been on continued restriction from providing clinical services for almost a month now, as well as recently being placed on administrative leave while her involvement in Sacred Life Recovery Services is being investigated. Sacred Life is a nonprofit that focuses on providing respectful care to Native communities who experience substance use disorder and other co-occurring barriers. Raven has been transparent about her non-clinical involvement in Sacred Life in the submission of a BHBH grant on its behalf. This grant is a tribal planning grant that addresses housing instability in Native communities as it relates to substance use disorder, as well as implementing a cultural humility training geared towards working with Natives. The claim is that there was no awareness in her involvement, even though when Sacred Life provided a similar training 2 years ago, Lake BHS supported and attended this training. Removing Raven from her work creates additional barriers to Native seeking mental health services, which further perpetuates the long history of broken promises to tribal communities from government entities. On this month of mental health awareness, don't forget that Native mental health matters and Raven's absence have an impact on them. Excuse me. On this month of MMIP awareness, let's discuss how over 40% of missing or runaway Native youth have mental illness and how lack of mental health for Natives correlate to an increase in missing Indigenous people. The MMIP crisis is deeply intertwined with mental health challenges. Historical trauma, violence, and systemic inequalities contribute to a higher prevalence of mental health issues which exacerbate the risk factors for MMIP. Raven's work as a Native clinician is imperative to addressing both mental health and MMIP crises in Native communities, and I urge the board to address and expedite the closing of this investigation as it creates a disservice to the Native communities Raven served 3 days a week on behalf of Lake BHS. Thank you.
Thank you. Come on up.
Hello, my name is Skylar Lewal, and I'm a member of the Manchester Band of Pointerina Pomo Indians, and I wanted to bring awareness that there are increasing patterns of non-transparent practices, conflicting directives, and decisions that appear to override established local codes and state laws. These actions not only disrupt due process, but erode public trust in the county's governance. The administrative culture across some of the departments has grown opaque, inconsistent, and in some cases seems to disregard both legal compliance and ethical accountability. The community is watching closely. I urge the board to consider how continued erosion of ethics and public confidence reflects on leadership as a whole. Respect is earned, not enforced. And leadership without accountability is not leadership. It is fear. Muleham.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment? Any on Zoom?
No hands on Zoom.
All right. With that, we'll move on to our next item, which is Pet of the Week.
Hi, I'm Officer Rio Lake County Animal Care and Control, and this is Winnie. She's a 7-month-old terrier cattle dog mix, is our best guess. I like to call them Lake County Specials because they can be mixed with anything and everything. She's a high-energy dog, so she would be great for adventures and hikes, paddleboarding, anything of that sort. So if you guys want to come on down and meet her, we're open from 11 to 4 for our kennels.
All right. Next, our item is 6.3, new and noteworthy at the library.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm Christopher Beach, County Librarian, and thank you for giving me just a few minutes to talk about what's new and noteworthy at the library. This month, I want to highlight the book, Who is Government? The Untold Story of Public Service by Michael Lewis. Michael Lewis is the best-selling author of books like Moneyball and The Blind Side. He lives in Berkeley, California, with his wife and 3 children. This book is a collection of essays from different authors profiling people working in the federal government and highlighting the work they do. Historian Garrett Graff writes, Michael Lewis collected some of the nation's best writers and told them to dive in somewhere and find someone interesting, far from the front pages, to write about. The result is an astonishing book. No one has ever written about the government better. The profiles are filled with beautiful words and turns of phrases that stop me in my tracks. Together, they paint the staggering genius and hard work behind the day-to-day functioning of our federal government. Who is Government by Michael Lewis is available in print, audiobook, and ebook through the library system. You can request this book or other materials through our online library catalog, which has the combined resources of Lake, Sonoma, and Mendocino County library systems. Since it's spring, I also wanted to highlight our Lake County seed libraries. Each library branch has a seed library where you can check out seeds, grow the plants, and then save and donate back some of the new seeds. Please stop by your local library and check out some seeds and see what you can grow. As more seeds from local plants are donated to the library, our seed libraries will contain what grows well here in Lake County. So you can learn more about our Lake County system at our website at library.lakecountyca.gov, or come visit your local library branch in Lakeport, Clear Lake, Middletown, Upper Lake, or on the Bookmobile. Thanks again for listening to what's new and noteworthy at the library.
Thank you, Christopher. Any comments or anyone from the public? On Zoom? All right, we'll move on to our next item on the agenda. There's 6.4, presentation of proclamation designating May 2025 as Lake County Month of Awareness for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and People, and B, authorize public services to hang the flag at the courthouse for the month of May 2025. And I will go ahead and read this proclamation, and if you are here for this proclamation, please come up and stand up here with me. All right. You can fill all the way over. You what? You wrote one?
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. There's 2 flags, actually.
Perfect.
With the names underneath. And there's one just with
Is it in the front too?
be a red one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good for the public.
There we go.
It'll show out.
All right. Come on up.
If you guys want to come back here, happy to have you on the dais with us.